It's fucking draft week.
Yes,
Hell
sir.
yeah.
So that being said, let's check out our mock draft 2.0s. Who's up? Who wants to go? I'll take the throne if you want me to.
Let's watch the throne then.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's my mock draft 2.0. First overall, Chicago Bears.
Go
Bears. John.
Super Bowl champs next year.
Mine is probably 10,000 at this point. Caleb Williams, first overall.
Bet the house.
Washington Commanders. So there's been some conversations happening this week. Obviously, the Washington Commanders didn't just bring Jaden Daniels for their last top 30 visit. They brought 22 other players.
22?
They hit Top Golf. So the latest rumor is that Jaden Daniels' team is not happy with that. He was expecting them to just do a one-on-one meeting. But as much
He doesn't
as
like Top Golf.
we're saying, maybe he just stinks at golf.
He's embarrassed.
He's embarrassed.
He said, fuck, I hate golf.
So what I'm thinking is, as Michael Lombardi has said for the past 2 weeks, and even Bill Belichick the other day, he said, well, if you look back at the track record, usually the week of the draft is when the most bullshit comes out, and it's all coming from the media.
That's how he said it too.
That's how he said.
Where's the draft at?
Detroit.
He said we're on to Detroit.
I think it's all bullshit. Commanders stick with Jaden Daniels.
JD.
It was earlier today. The New England Patriots said that they're open to trading the third overall spot, but in this mock 2.0, nah,
Hey, Hannah.
they're sticking at 3 and taking Drake May because go get your franchise quarterback right now. 4, Arizona Cardinals. They also came out and said they're going to be taking calls for this pick.
If the Cardinals trade that 4th pick, their fan base has to be sick. That's the one thing I would be scared of.
They might.
Well, in this mock, you're not going to have to worry about that, Cardinals fans. You're taking Marvin Harrison Jr. 5th overall, Chargers. They're staying put. They're taking Joe Alt. As we know, the Harbaughs love building the teams from the inside out. Got to protect Justin Herbert. Wide receivers, who cares? We just got to protect them first and foremost.
Handed to J.K. Dobbins.
That's true. Hey, so no moving up for a quarterback, huh?
Not at 5. Not in this one.
Not in top 5.
I don't think so. So at 6 overall, I got the New York Giants. They haven't had a wide receiver one since Odell Beckham Jr.
The GOAT.
They finally fucking swallow their pride and get one here in Malik Neighbors. 7th, Tennessee Titans taking Olumuyiwa Fashanu because, we could all agree that their offensive line
bad,
treacherous,
not good,
treacherous in the trenches over there in Tennessee. Everyone has Dallas Turner, according to our card here, the offensive linebacker,
best offensive linebacker in the game.
Yeah. He's awesome, man.
Offensive linebacker Dallas Turner.
That's right.
Everyone has him here going to the Atlanta Falcons, and I do as well. They got to go with the defensive guy this year. Got our first trade.
Uh-oh.
Finally.
Denver Broncos make a deal with the Chicago Bears, trade up, and get their quarterback, J.J. McCarthy.
I think this makes a lot of sense.
They jumped the gun on Minnesota. They jumped the gun on the Raiders. They say, you know what? Who cares about picks? We fucking traded all of them that we had in the past. Why not do it again?
Sean Payton's not getting any younger.
He's not getting any younger.
Only a few spots, too.
Even though they traded for Zach Wilson today, I was kind of iffy. I'm like, maybe they don't trade up to get a quarterback. But I'm thinking, it's Zach. And then I remembered, it's Zach fucking Wilson.
Yeah,
okay?
Come on.
They gave up, a 6th-round pick and
bag of chips?
A bag of chips. So, yeah. Trading up to go get J.J. McCarthy, make it a competition over there in Denver with their
plus
not so sweet new uniform.
Disgusting.
Before Zach Wilson, wasn't it just Stidham?
It's Jared Stidham.
It was just him.
Yeah.
Call him Brock Osweiler.
Don't call him Brock. Brock, if you listen, just stay at home, brother.
Stay at home. You're doing fine.
10, New York Jets. They stick and pick Brock Bowers, tight end out of Georgia, another weapon for Aaron Rodgers. They're all in, bro. This is do or die for them.
Pretty much.
We can all agree on that, right?
Yeah.
So they go help out Aaron Rodgers, getting one of the best offensive players in this draft. Could be arguably top 3. This is where it gets interesting. Minnesota Vikings. They stick at 11. So you know what? We couldn't get one of them top quarterbacks. We didn't love them enough. We don't really need a receiver. We're going to settle things with Justin Jefferson and all them boys. We need help on our defense. So why not take one of probably the best cornerback in this draft, and Quinion Mitchell out of Toledo.
Okay, I like it. They need it bad.
Got another trade. The Bears trade back again. But this time with the Indianapolis Colts. They trade up, which in the Chris Ballard era typically doesn't happen. They had an early meeting with Roma Dunze at the Combine. this was their guy. And it's known that if Chris Ballard sees a guy that he likes, it was proven in 2020 with Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman Jr. in the second round. They were debating on which one they should get. So they said, fuck it, we're going to get both of them. They traded up to get them. So with that being said, they're going to do this one in the first round this time. Chris Ballard said in his presser last week, we need to do everything that we could possibly do to protect Anthony Richardson and surround him with some playmakers. They go do that with the third best receiver in this draft. Could be the best. We'll wait and see. Rome with Doomsday. The Raiders stick at 13. They help build their offensive line. Talise Fuaga. Again, this is another position that's pretty deep in this draft. So they just, you know what, let's get one of the best ones to stick with Fuaga. 14, we got no trade up. Philadelphia Eagles. We know that Howie Roseman is always aggressive in these drafts. He did the same thing last year to go get Jalen Carter from the Bears at 9th overall.
Here we are again.
They need to fill a gap in their cornerback room. All they got is James Bradbury and Darius Slay.
They won't be covering nobody.
They're good, but they're getting a little old.
They're getting a little older. So they trade up and go get Terrion Arnold, second best cornerback on the mock draft board.
Or maybe he's the first best.
And you know what? Howie don't give a piss about nothing but the tide.
Nothing but the tide.
15th, Chicago Bears take Latu.
Whoa.
He falls all the way back to 15th overall.
The medicals.
The medicals, man. But
So
Bears said, who cares? He's a dog. Seattle Seahawks take the best on the board. They could use some help on the offensive line position, but another defensive-minded head coach, Mike McDonald, coming from the Baltimore Ravens. He has some dogs on the defensive line over there in B-Mall. So he's going to get another one for his new team, Seattle Seahawks. He's going to get Jared Verse, edge out of Florida State.
Let's go.
Jacksonville Jaguars down in Duval. The next player that's going to be jagging off is Troy Fatanu, offensive tackle out of Washington. Next up, Cincinnati Bengals.
Bangle.
They lost DJ Reader in the offseason.
Oh, shit.
They filled the gap with potentially the best defensive tackle in this draft. Some are saying potentially best defensive player in the draft as a whole.
What?
Byron Murphy II out of Texas. 19th overall, Los Angeles Rams. They can go a few different ways here. Obviously, Matt Stafford is aging a little bit. Maybe
trade a pick.
Some are saying maybe they trade back and go get a quarterback, or they pick a quarterback here. Listen, bro, they haven't had. This is going to be their first round draft pick that they've had since they drafted Jared Goff.
Yeah,
first overall in 2016.
Jared Goff.
They were saying on ESPN second longest streak of seasons without having a first round pick behind like someone that did it 11 years once. Keep the streak alive.
I think they stick and take Chopper Robinson, edge out of Penn State. He was one of their last 30 visits, and Brother Brett mentioned this, what was it, a week or two ago, and I'm on board with it, man.
You're welcome.
At 20, Pittsburgh Steelers, there's been some speculation that they could potentially trade back here. So Peter Schrager said this Steelers team isn't your daddy's Steelers team. This isn't your grandpa's Steelers team, because they're known to go get some big-ass motherfuckers in the first round to fill in the trenches. They're not doing it this year. They're going to get Brian Thomas Jr. to put alongside George Pickens. Let's think about that for a second.
I'm thinking their dad's Steelers team and their grandpa's Steelers team, they won championships. Your Steelers team going to win 9 games, and you would be happy with it.
That's a good point, actually. Maybe don't do that. Maybe they do it in a different way. Brian Thomas Jr., they can't pass him up because other than George Pickens, who they got? Nobody.
Nope.
Miami Dolphins.
Okay. Quarterback?
You got to fucking relax, okay?
I'm ready. I'm itching.
Well, here they go, J.C. Latham, to protect Tua Tagovailoa, the guy that they're going to be paying pretty soon, whether we like it or not.
Well, I like it as a Bills fan.
I agree.
Mike McDaniel don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. J.C. Latham. New Orleans Saints. This is where they traded back with the Philadelphia Eagles. They got probably a position they would have got at 14, to be honest. Marius Mims, big-ass motherfucker on the offensive line out of Georgia. Nice. And how about this one? This might shock some people. 23rd overall, the Vikings stick and get their quarterback, Michael Penix Jr.
Tajik, be happy.
Yeah, you've been saying this one.
So I remember months ago I was saying this guy, he's a first-round talent.
This fits. This is good.
And as the weeks went on, I'm like, okay, maybe he might not be going in the first round just because of the way the teams might have him valued and all that. They might have been scared of the injury history, but after seeing his pro day and everything and what he showed at the combine and the film fucking matches it, bro. He's a dog. Some are saying probably one of the most complete quarterbacks in this draft.
Really?
Yeah.
And probably the best deep ball thrower in this draft. And pair him with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. Are you kidding me? TJ Hawkinson.
That's good.
I think Michael Penix has been their guy all along.
He could bring them to the playoffs.
Next
he could
up.
make me actually like the Vikings, possibly.
Ooh.
They might be nice, bro.
If he was on there, I might actually like the Vikings.
24 Dallas Cowboys. Fill the need at center. Jackson Powers Johnson. Pretty much been debated that he's one of the best offensive linemen in this draft. Big body at center. That's what they need down there in Dallas. 25th, I got Aiden's Green Bay Packers. Cooper DeJean.
Go Pack, go.
He's a guy that could play either safety or cornerback, man. And obviously the Packers got their safety and Xavier McKinney. I forget who else they have on the opposing side of him, but Cooper DeJean could do it all, especially in the new kickoff format. He could be a fucking guy. 26th, let's head down to Tampa Bay, where the Buccaneers will take Graham Barton out of Duke. He could either play the center position, the guard position, tackle. That's all our offensive line positions. So he could literally play anywhere on the offensive line.
Okay.
They need to fill the void of Ryan Jensen retiring from last year. So that's their guy.
Was something.
Graham Barton. Oh, he was a dog.
Ryan Jensen. He was
Yeah.
fighting everyone all the time.
Everybody.
Yeah.
27, Arizona Cardinals, defensive-minded head coach. Boom! Shots, explosives. They get an explosive defensive tackle. That boy, Johnny Newton out of Illinois.
That boy.
Highly touted in this draft. And as me and Brother Bren were mentioning last week, he'd probably be a top 10 pick for sure, maybe in any other draft. But he sticks with the Cardinals here. So I've been iffy about this one. Buffalo Bills at 28. Gather some information around. Just
You were talking to
speculating.
Bean?
Speculating around.
Allegedly.
They could potentially be I wouldn't be surprised if they trade out. And I think one of the teams could potentially be the Carolina Panthers, just with their ties together.
Okay.
And if you trade with the Carolina Panthers, you're at 33. First pick of the second round. So at that point, if you look at the rest of the board, Lions maybe get a receiver, Ravens potentially, Niners maybe not unless they trade away Ayuk. Chiefs probably not, because I think they need to pay more attention to the offensive line than the receiver room right now, honestly.
Yeah.
So and then that leaves you with whoever the fuck is left there if you're the Buffalo Bills. So I could potentially see them trading back, but for this scenario, I got them sticking and picking. I got them going Lad McConkey.
The thing I like about him is I feel like he could step in and be a more impactful player early.
Big yak guy.
I think so too.
Yards after the catch.
You can put him anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, get him inside in the slot. You know what I'm saying?
Would you rather put him there or Shakir?
You could probably switch him out.
Glad
Honestly.
see him on the
And Joe
had to see
Brady.
him on the NFL field first, but I mean Shakir's nice.
Yeah. Maybe Lad McConkey could be too. But yeah, I got the Bills sticking there and picking Lad McConkey. I mean, he said himself they've had multiple visits, multiple conversations, and
He's a good lad.
could be a good lad for Buffalo.
Could be a good lad.
29, the Detroit Lions, probably top 5 uniforms in the league now after you seen them the other day.
No.
Top 5 is crazy.
This guy kind of fell back. Nate Wiggins, cornerback out of Clemson. I think one of the
Yeah, this is way back.
yeah, it's one of those things where teams could potentially be concerned about his body's a little lighter, but he's quick as fuck. So
And he had that injury at
play-
the combine too.
yeah. So
Nothing major. Just
got him slipping a little bit, but he's going to a good
Slipping
team
and
in
falling.
Detroit. 30, B More, Baltimore Ravens taking Adonai Mitchell, wide receiver Texas, the throw in the Todd Monken offense over there in Baltimore. Help Lamar Jackson out, especially with Odell Beckham and Devin Duvernay leaving the Ravens this offseason.
Bateman might be out of there too.
Potentially. 31, 49ers. I think this is a layup here. No doubt about it. They're probably going offensive tackle here. Unless, like we mentioned, Ayuk, if he gets traded, we'll see. Tyler Guyton, offensive tackle out of Oklahoma. And then lastly, to round this final mock draft 2.0 up, we got the Chiefs taking Kingsley. I'm not even going to try saying his last name because I butchered it last week. Offensive tackle out of BYU. They have absolutely nobody at left tackle right now. And I think it only makes sense, especially if they do decide to get a receiver. There's enough guys where they go get them late. How it feel?
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Swamatea.
Who's that?
Swamatia.
Kingsley
Swamatia.
is going to be Kansas City Chief. Did we make your team better? Did we make your team worse? You tell us in the comment section here. If you want to make your own mock draft, forget that other mock draft simulator. They make you pay to trade. What kind of ridiculousness is that?
That's some BS.
You know what?
You have to pay to mock.
Yeah. Who wants to do that?
It's fucked up, isn't it? So that's why I'm going to go Pro Football Network with their free trades on their mock draft simulator. I would go nowhere else but PFN. So with that being said, scan the QR code. Go create your own mock draft for free trades. And once you're done with that mock, share it with us on all of our social platforms. Head over to Twitter. Tag us at TankTalk_pod. Also tag PFN365 with hashtag PFNMDS.